This is what the beans look like before they're soaked. I'm going to add water to these, and then they plump up and they'll fill practically this entire bowl. So they double, triple in size. This makes it easier to cook. Less time involved in the cooking. If you were to put these in water and cook them right now, it would take about 4 hours. But when they're soaked, I'm going to leave these soaked, this is morning, all day today and part of the day tomorrow. So a good maybe 16 hours. If you don't have that much time, then soaked overnight would be fine. Any soaking really is good and will lessen the cooking time. But when I soak them that long, then it only takes about an hour to cook. So it's a good thing to soak them. So let's get some water in here. And I fill the water all the way up, because by the time the beans up, there's practically going to be no water in here at all. And then what I do is put them in the refrigerator. If, I'm going to have them out, I can leave them out on the counter for a few hours, but especially overnight, I will put them in the refrigerator for the rest of the soaking time. Here the beans are soaked for a day and a half, and you see how much they increased in size. Now we're going to rinse them. Just pour everything into a colander and rinse them very well. The water gets stale in there, and I like to get them nice and clean. And they're more easily digestible too when you soak them. Okay, now we're going to cook them. Alright, so I'm going to just put these in a pan, a big pot, and just cover the beans with water. A little more than a couple of inches above the beans, I guess. We're going to put all the ingredients in there too. Alright, we're going to turn the beans on. I'm going to add one onion chopped, and I think I have about 3 garlic cloves there. Give it a stir. Can of tomatoes, diced. And then we're going to add some seasonings, and this is what really makes it. 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. You can do it heaping. 1 teaspoon of basil. 2 teaspoons of oregano. 1/2 teaspoon of curry powder. 1 teaspoon of paprika. My 1 teaspoon doesn't fit in that jar. And 1 teaspoon of chili powder. I think we've got them all in. I'm going to give that a stir now. And a good squirt of agave. At the end, you add some sea salt and pepper. Let this come to a boil and then turn it down to simmer, and it is so good. So I will come back to that when it's finished cooking. This is vegetable base, and I put it in all of my soups. It's like using bouillon. You can use beef bouillon, chicken bouillon, but because we're vegan, we're going to use the vegetable base. Better than bouillon, it's organic, and it really gives it a good flavoring. So I usually put about a tablespoon of that, sometimes 2, depending on how much soup you have. And just, well, that doesn't want to come off the spoon, but there it is. Okay, so that is really a good flavor enhancer. And then just stir it in there to mix it up. Disperse it. Okay, it's done. The beans are done, and I've already added some sea salt at the end here, and I'm adding some pepper now. I am also going to add cilantro, about half a cup maybe. Just going to leave a little bit out to garnish my plate with it. And then we're going to have a taste. 1 hour this has been cooking, an hour and maybe 5 minutes. So let's have a taste of this delicious dish. And tonight I am going to put this on spaghetti squash. Last night I had some spaghetti, or yesterday for lunch, some spaghetti squash with some lentils that I had made. This is going over my spaghetti squash tonight. Oh, actually I wanted to scoop it out with that, show you this old spoon that was my mother's, and every time I use it I think of my 99-year-old mother who is in an assisted living facility. And a little bit of cilantro on here. I love cilantro. Some people don't like it. I guess you either like it or not. It's hot. Delicious.